Hello and welcome to Board Stupid. My name's Wayne.
And I'm Matt.
And this is the Board Stupid Show. This is the show where we recap the last few weeks in board gaming and then talk to you about all the stuff we've got planned for the next few weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
This is our little checkpoint along the way.
Yes, it's just like, a nice conversation between us, with you guys.
And about sweet board games.
At the end of the day.
Sweet board games. You may have noticed that's what this channel does.
So if you're going to be treated with all the Kickstarter that has arrived. So we're going to talk about that.
All that cool stuff that Matt's paid money for. Loads of money.
all the non-Kickstarter game that have arrived and we started playing. Stuff that we've been playing for the month, stuff that we saw, stuff that we got coming up next. So you just stick around.
Absolutely, this is your opportunity to tell us what of the stuff that we've played you want to see us review.
Exactly.
We'd like you to let us know, and to do that, we'd like you to
hit the subscribe button.
Exactly, it gives you special access to tell us what to do,
what
we review. Special access to our hearts, and we really appreciate it. Matt, should we dive into the show?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Rolling dice, feeling nice, cardboard dreams and game schemes. Click subscribe, it's a vibe. Board Stupid's all we need. Board Stupid, game reviews for you and me. Board Stupid, here's what you should play and see.
So, Matt, let's dive into some of the stuff that we've played in the last month. And boy,
it's been a very busy month.
Yes.
Especially because we've been at Airecon. So
video there.
Yeah.
We did a full video about it.
We're gonna skip it because there is a big video that you can go out and watch it and then come back to this or watch it after.
Whichever way back.
Whatever you do. But there is a tons of games and stuff that is coming out.
We played loads of
we'll
skip that.
That is,
but go watch that video.
Is on that video. Then we played a few Ares games.
Yeah. A few Ares games.
And first one was Sylvandale.
Builders of Sylvandale. Absolutely. This is they pitched it to us as a vertical tile placement game.
And it is a tile.
Which is, when you think about it, is a really cool concept.
Yeah.
And actually, in actuality, it is really fun.
Yeah, so you basically, what you do, you're building these tree houses, and you stack the tiles. Instead of having the tiles on the board, you stack them together, building up this building. Each player will have the different colors, and you're gonna have a stack of cards that you need to a little bit of a hand management that's gonna tell you where you can build your house, your little tree house. And then you need to put as many houses on the same tree, so you can have dominance for that trees, and dominance of more trees will give you dominance of the region. But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. I like that they have a couple of interesting concepts. You can join the trees together with these bridges, which both mechanically works really well, but also looks super cool.
Yes, exactly. Once the board is finished, it's amazing.
It looks amazing, absolutely. You can use cards in a couple of ways as well, because you can set collect in order to get different resources, which are like actions. You've got an axe which can chop down someone else's tree house, and ones that let you build those bridges and things like that. It's a really fun, fabulous game. I mean, I think this might be a little bit maybe of an underrated gem. My main issue with it is that I think visually I find it quite hard to pass. To try and
because it's again having the start of the game is pretty easy because all the trees are very low, but toward the end when you started having taller trees,
wait, whose is that?
It's more difficult to see, especially if we don't
with the cards
have
as well.
If you don't have a good, you need a good lighting.
You need good lighting in your house
for that game. A dim light is not the best because you need to be able to see which color is at what position of the trees. But apart from that,
fun.
It's really good. Production is really good, and all the tiles they stack together very well, and the bridges and we saw this one at Essen. And we played quite a bunch.
We played a little bit,
and we absolutely had a very
good time.
easy game. It's not. It's a game you can play with your kids as well. There is this territorial control element to the game that is the more complex, but at the end it's not. If you got the more of your houses in a tree, that tree is yours. The more trees that are yours in the same area, you control that area, you're getting points at the end of that. But yeah, we really enjoyed it. But there's been another Ares games that like stole absolutely the
So this next one
scene.
we're going to talk about. I'm saying it now. At this point in the year, this is an early contender for the game of the year.
Yes,
for me.
I do agree 100%.
Right. So we're saying it now. What date are we? March 20 something.
Yes.
Right?
We'll see what
March
happens.
23rd.
But at this point,
recording.
and we are talking about the new Martin Wallace game, Aeterna. Martin Wallace.
What a game.
Brass Birmingham, Brass
Lancashire, numerous games.
Yes. This game is such a great Euro game.
It's really good.
There's gonna be a review that we're
definitely gonna do
straight after this video.
Really
so
good.
It might be out already or maybe not.
We'll see how it is. Yeah.
The game is not out yet. The game is coming out in end of April, beginning of May. But it's yes, it's one of the best Euro I played ever, and he's in ancient Rome, and it's
so Matt gets bonus points for Max. It's in Rome, but it's such a good game. Yeah, I'm not going to belabor the point because we're going to dig it. You'll see maybe the video linked here depending on the order these come out. But this is a real early contender for Game of the Year, and at least certainly a contender for an award.
Absolutely,
yeah, it's a fantastic game.
Absolutely, yeah. We loved it. We played it. We played it a lot in the last few days.
It's really
good.
And
yes,
it's absolutely excellent.
So that aside, wait for the video or watch it if it's already out. The other games that
we're definitely going to do a review of probably this other one as well.
Yes, the one that we abused as well.
Yes, we absolutely played the hell out of the Fellowship of the Ring, the trick-taking game. What a game!
Yes,
what a game!
Yes. It's a great game.
It's like as soon as me and Matt go, yeah, this is good. We know it's probably going to be reviewed. So and we're going to spend some even more time playing it. Fellowship of the Ring, the trick-taking game is another Office Dog release. Office Dog have been killing it.
Yeah,
and this
with
is
both games and production.
And
this
production.
One as well. That's got a beautiful
production,
amazing production.
My God, the artwork is fabulous, and this takes the concepts that you find in the crew, ramps them up to 11, and adds a wonderful IP that is beloved in a beautiful production, as you say. What could be better? They've nailed it.
It's super good. Again, for this one, we'll do a proper in-depth review because it's
another award contender already.
Yes, because it's such a as you said, it takes the crew, adds more surprise elements. It adds the IP that a lot of people loves, and I want to point it out that it's based on the books. It's not based on the movie, so you will find a lot of the characters that are from the books that are not even mentioned.
Absolutely.
On the movie, I do love the movies, but I was mad about a few changes that they made. But that is,
it's wonderful. I mean, it's so whimsical as well. It's a beautiful game. I mean, I think they've smashed it. And another early award winner, that one, I think.
Absolutely. Another one that we've been playing quite a lot, or at least I did play a lot, is Azul Duel.
Yeah, you played this much more than me. I only played a couple, so I've just taken it off you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I did abuse the box with my girlfriend in the last few weeks. Azul Duel. I think this deserve a little bit of a conversation.
Yeah, I think we've got slightly different opinions on this, but I think I haven't played it enough to settle on how I feel about it.
Okay, so probably we'll come back to it, but I do really like it, and to me it's a game that if you love Azul and you wanted to play a version that is not the same game, it's absolutely fine. If you never played Azul and you wanted to play a game, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I think for me, checks a lot of the boxes. If it was themed Cthulhu and human sacrifices, it would have been anyway a very good game because this is a solid 1 versus 1 game.
The question that I ask myself is, if I'm recommending someone, which one do they buy I should probably say spend the extra £10
yes,
and get the nicer production and buy Azul, which plays perfectly good at 2.
That is true. There are still different, because again,
Yes, they are different.
It's not a transportation. So it's Azul Duel. It's not a transportation of Azul just made with lesser tiles and just 2 boards. No, they're 2 very different games.
Azul Duel is a more complex game.
It is. That's why I think Azul. I'll teach my mom. Azul Duel, no,
absolutely not.
No, it's very much. That's why if you already love Azul, if it's a game that you love and you're looking for something that gives you the feeling of Azul, but give you more challenging, more complexity.
So I think that's probably a good point.
I think it's a must buy, but if you never played Azul, I would say get the original Azul.
I think you're right. That's a good point. If you love Azul and you really only play it at 2 players anyway, but you want more out of it, Duel is a good purchase because it's quite cheap. Yeah, it adds a second layer of drafting, so the complexity is ramps up, and it does some interesting things. So not a bad game by any stretch, but I think conversation as to how relevant it is. And that'll be entirely up to you.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see. But
should we stay on the subject of 2-player games?
Yes. What else has been?
Because I want to talk about that one on that.
Yeah, I know. So this game,
we're going to do more. I'm annoyed that this came out last year and we didn't play it. But
well, it came last year, mostly in the US. It wasn't very well distributed in Europe, unfortunately. So we had to wait a long time. It's been on my on top of my list of games to try to find.
What is it? Tell the people.
Why not? I want to tell the story.
Oh, sorry.
One day I managed to get the game. The game arrives. I play with my girlfriend for an evening. I sent him a text where like, mate, I think I found the best 2-player card games ever. And it was like,
That was my face when I was texting.
I
was like, absolutely not.
Then you came, you played, and
this might be the best 2-player card game. There is.
And we're talking about Compile.
We're talking about to be fair, that is a good story and an accurate one.
It is a good story.
Compile is amazing, mate. It's so good. I think even though we've kind of missed the boat in some respects for things like reviews, because I think it's like we're a year out, we might just do it anyway because it's really good.
It is. So Compile is card games, 1 versus 1, that takes elements from games like Air, Land and Sea, where you do kind of like these line battlers in different scenarios, and takes elements from Ratlands in terms of like the cards are not gonna be just value of the cards.
You've got abilities on them as well.
Yeah, you got instant ability, you got overall like
you got passive, you got instants, you got covered up abilities, and then you also have this sort of this theme of net
and this Netrunner
vibe, and in all wrapped up in a beautiful production, stunning quality, for about £19.
Yeah,
with what feels like almost endless fun and replayability.
It is. So basically, at the start of the game, there is a drafting elements of the territories that you need to control. Basically, so each player will have 3 territories in front of them that they need to
win.
They need to win. And there is a little bit of the drafting. The first player choose 1 out of 12, I think, with the expansions as well. And then the second player picks out the other 2.
And then the last place was a 2.
And it's very and it's crucial because these territories, let's call it, each one will have its own deck of cards.
Mini deck of cards. There's 6 cards
each. You take in the cards from the 3 territories that you selected. You mix them together, and that's going to be the deck that is going to.
And here's another twist. Each one of those territories, protocols in the game, they have their own special focus, and so you're going to be picking and drafting based on how you want those to work together.
Exactly.
Like some are better at moving cards around, some are better at flipping things, some make you draw more. So you're like, oh, well, I want to get some card draw, but I also want to move these around. Plus I also want to get this. I want to do more like you know, burning other people's cards. It's freaking great. I mean,
it's
so good.
It's and again, rules wise, it's super simple,
Clean,
it's
relatively clean,
yeah,
but also complex.
but I think depth wise is almost
deep.
like very,
It's a
very,
well.
very, very,
Yeah.
very deep.
Great game.
We loved it so much. Just it's one of those games that now I always want to play all the time.
I always want to play it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Next one, Matt. What should we talk about
What
now?
else have we played?
Review coming soon.
The review should actually be already out. The review should be already out.
There.
And we're talking about Under Our Sun.
Such a cool game.
Under Our Sun is a survival, co-ops, semi-co-op,
Post-apocalyptic adventure.
with it's centered around the crafting elements.
Crafting and survival. That's the game. And if you like that feeling, you'll really like it. It has this, again, real post-apocalypse mix of like Fallout, especially.
Fallout / Mad
Max,
Max. Yeah.
where water is the main resource of everything. And it's great. You can be wandering around the wastelands trying to complete the scenario, either in a cooperative or semi-cooperative manner. Me and Matt, actually, I don't know if it's controversial or not, but we really liked it as a two-player co-op.
Yes.
Really good.
Yeah.
'Cause it's quite snappy, you make nice decisions together, you have a fun adventure. But
it gave us the first time that we played Becca Spiel, and even after all the gameplays that we had, it's the new Dead of Winter to me. It's that kind of game.
It's that game.
It's that
There's that exploration element as well.
and the crisis management and all that kind of things. With the you can have the traitor mode, so if you play in a larger group of 4 people, you might be the one of you who's gonna be the traitor that's gonna try to blow stuff up. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't. I was trying to a nicer way to say it, but yeah. But yeah, it's really, really good. We really enjoyed it.
Very intense.
And it's hard. It's a very hard
It's tuned
adventure
quite
game.
tight.
Yeah.
It's
So
tuned quite tightly.
go watch the review. That is definitely out. So Wayne, don't forget to put.
It's always there. I think that's it, Matt.
But
Should we move to our next
let's
section?
move to the stuff that has arrived.
Deliveries.
All right, Wayne. Last attack on the boss.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
There.
That was epic. Just like that t-shirt. That's
Oh
pretty epic.
yes, the new Into the AM t-shirt.
Very
Great,
nice.
they just arrived. Super comfy, great graphics, and you know what?
Yeah.
It lets you roll better dice.
Well, they don't.
Yes, look at this.
Okay.
Yeah. What I told you.
Matt, that's just luck.
It's not just luck. Why don't you try yourself? Actually, if you go in the link in the description,
Right.
there is a 10% discount using the Board Stupid code on the Into the AM website,
Nice.
and you can have it for yourself. Actually, why don't you do it now? There you go.
Hey, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's
a
pretty,
nice
pretty
t-shirt.
cool. Why don't you give it a go to the dice
Yeah,
now?
look at the sixes, baby. Let's do it.
Thanks to Into the AM. Well, I can't guarantee on the dice, Wayne, but I can guarantee you look pretty cool.
And we can both guarantee that you're going to find a 10% discount code in the description of this video.
Go check it out.
So, Matt, how many boxes arrived at your door? 'Cause when we talk about deliveries, I'm talking about you and your deliveries. I did get one, but you got a few.
Yes.
There's one on your list that I'm incredibly excited about. And it's like number 4.
What this month has been delivered at the Board Stupid Studio, from Kickstarter and Game Found and all this stuff, are the following. All big boxes or multiple boxes. Some of them
Matt's got a bigger house than me, so he gets all the big ones.
outrageous sizes boxes. First one is Arydia, the path we dare to tread from Far Off Games.
That one's quite obscene and large, right?
Is quite a big box. Cody Miller from Xia, Legends of the Drift System. Again, this is a big adventure RPG game. I've watched a few reviews of people that managed to have the time to take everything out and to start
do you
their
have time?
mixed reviews, but I think it's one of those games that I just want to enjoy it. Is I'm most likely trying to play it at a 2-player. It's an adventure. It's a gigantic mega large, world, and the world building behind is it's really fascinating. But not sure when or how, but I'll try to put it on the table. Another dungeon crawler RPG game that just arrived that I couldn't wait for this to arrive. It took a little bit longer than what it was supposed to be, especially because it was in Germany. The game is Nanolith and is cyberpunky RPG dungeon crawler. But
we saw that at Spiel 20.
Yeah, we saw it. Yeah. And then we saw it last year as well, and then it just arrived.
Late. Yeah.
The game is. The characters and everything is more like toward the Final Fantasy VII rather than cyberpunky.
I've loved Final Fantasy VII.
It has arrived finally. I was getting a little bit upset because it was sold as Spiel, and I had to wait. And then the stuff for the UK went instead from Europe to the UK, went from Europe to the US. Back to the UK. I don't know what happened with those boxes, but it's funny here. That one is probably the one that I am more want to put it on the table as a larger game.
Okay.
So yes, RPG.
This one I'm very excited about, which is Ostia.
My
goodness, I'm excited about this one. It's right back there.
Again, another large box, like very weird. Words about Ostia. Ostia is this Euro game with this Mancala mechanism. It went like disappeared a little.
It disappeared for like since Five Tribes and a couple of other games. It disappeared for like 10 years, and it's come back.
Yeah, exactly. So Ostia, it's based on Ostia. That is the port.
In Rome, right?
In Rome, that is where I actually am from. Exactly.
It's where he's from.
So when I saw a game that called like, I think about it, could have been like called Shoreditch, and it's a quote. It's an area in Rome. So I was like, "That's amazing," and I must have it. And then I found out that the game is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, right. You backed it basically on a whim.
Yes,
turns out the game is incredible.
And the weirdest thing is that is from a Japanese designer, from a Japanese publisher. Just like how those things links together, I don't know, but anyway, we'll put it down. The design looks fantastic. It's very minimalistic, very Japanese. On how they like to keep everything clean graphically. So that one we need to play.
This one's high up my priority list as soon as we can. We're going to get that to the table.
Yeah, absolutely. The other one with an absurd box that has arrived.
Is it here?
No, it's upstairs. It's just like too big. It's Ready, Set, Bet.
It's almost the size of this
high
table.
Roller.
The high roller edition. It looks like you're carrying a sniper rifle around.
Yeah, it's the box like this, and the box.
It's got a handle.
So it's Ready Set Bet. It's the same game. They just made it with a very nice deluxeification of the game. With the game mats,
and all the poker chips, and the
poker chips, like all that fancy thing. Again, that one. As soon as we got 6 people in the house, that's gonna come out, and I want to hear shouting and all that fun stuff. Ready Bet Set is basically you pointing your bets on a horse's race. One guy plays the horse master of the house. He rolls the dice, and depending on the number on the dice, this or that horse will move, and then you placing the bet and blah blah blah.
Chaos.
It's chaos. Again, I want to point it out here. I'm absolutely, and we are both absolutely against horse racing, dog racings, and all that stuff. But this is a game. So again, it's a game. And it's the setup is not in modern age, so it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
They did a nice little tweak to not upset people. So otherwise, I don't know. Felt
a bit funny about
it. And the last one that just arrived yesterday is the Dark Quarter from Lucky Duck.
Another late
game.
one, wasn't it?
This one was mega late.
Yeah, this one feels super late. I remember reading about this 2 years ago.
And the fun things is that the game is here. It's the all-in 4 boxes and la-di-da-di. I want to play it. It's based on the Destiny's kind of like system.
Yeah, okay.
And Destiny's it's been one of my favorite board game experience. Not say the best board games, but the experience of the game was very cool. It is app driven. And the app is not ready.
It's not working yet.
So no, it's not ready.
It's not
They say that it's gonna be by the time that this video is coming out, the app should be out. So
fingers crossed.
But at least I did prefer that they sent out the boxes earlier than the app. They should do both together, but I prefer like this rather than we're not sending you the boxes because the app is not ready.
Yeah, fair.
Because the app it takes 30 seconds to download. But anyway, did you receive anything?
Of course I didn't, mate. I don't do the Kickstarter stuff. You spend all the money. But what I do, I like old games. So we actually have a couple of old games coming that are going to be new to us.
Yeah.
In fact, despite being 20 years in the hobby, I've never played Power Grid.
Yes, neither do I.
Yeah,
so
nor have you.
Here we
and
go.
I found like one copy left because like all the prints are basically sold out. And I'm not entirely sure if this is like a knockoff version yet, so we'll find out. I don't know. I just Power Grid.
Or maybe just like it's Russian or something.
I will find out soon enough.
But
I've got that, and so that's come, and we're going to play it with the nice new iron clays that I've got. So nice. New tokens for the money.
So yeah, Power Grid is one. We got as well our copy of Expeditions that we talked about it in our video about the game that we missed out.
Controversial.
And this was very controversial. So if you watch the video, you know what we're talking about. Otherwise, that's
top 10 games we missed out on, and Expeditions was one of them.
Yeah, and was very high on our list. And there's a lot of people that instead of like don't even bother.
Spicy.
Other of you guys instead of we like, we absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I already put the order in at that point. So
it was already on the way. So it was really interesting to see the response to that one. So
that was really cool. So we'll let you know as soon as we play these 2 games. We'll let you know. Should
we move on to what's coming next?
Yes, next section. Okay, now we talked about what we did, we talked about what we're doing, and what's coming next for this month.
What's coming next? Well, Paradise is the first thing on our agenda. It's the board game convention on the South Coast, very near my house, actually.
Yes.
A stone's throw away, 2 days. And why wouldn't we go to that?
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity to play some games.
27 and
28th
28.
of March, I believe. Next week. So as of the date of this recording. But I'm going to be taking to that show to play
29 and 30.
29th, 30th of March, exactly.
There is a proper in-depth video, so go click on that.
Absolutely.
One.
If this video is out by then, otherwise it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll try. Yeah,
we'll try. But I'm going to bring Crafting the Cosmos because that's high up on the agenda for us to play and review. Again, and the reason why I want to play and review this.
To see that.
The reason I want to play and review this is because this is by Office Dog Games, who have so far smashed it out of the park with River of Gold and with the Lord of the Rings trick-taking games. So if this is in any way, if this is in near the same stratosphere, I'm kind of keen to find out.
It seems a little bit more complex.
Yes.
You've been studying the rules for that. So
taking a look at that, exactly. So I'm going to be bringing that for us to play at the show.
Yeah.
What else are we
staying on the a little bit more complex games.
Yes.
We've been sent a copy of The Bridge from Ludus Magnus Studios.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to play that.
Now we saw Cyberpunk Adventure. I'm here for that, but in a Eurogame style.
Yeah, exactly.
Sign me up, baby.
With minis, but it's still more Euro than
exactly. So
because Ludus Magnus always managed to get the Euros mechanics and put it into like
beautiful production.
Yes, I think they got that soft spot, and plus they're Italian and just like they're from Rome. They're just like quality. I'm really looking forward. I'll study the rules a little bit more again on the complex side.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that the game, as it was a Kickstarter, it's just been delivered or is about to be delivered as well. So really, really cool.
Also really cool, we got a chance to play Galactic Cruise at Airecon, which we talked about a little bit on our Airecon overview. but this will almost certainly end up being a review because Galactic Cruise, I think, needs it. It's such a beast of a game.
It is.
And we got a copy of that to play and dig into. And the vibe of it is great. There's retro futuristic. We're gonna have to dig in because it's a meaty one.
Yes, it is. We just need to play it more before talking. We need to do proper seriously. But I think it's another. We talked about earlier about how Aeterna could be like awards material, and I think Galactic Cruise as well, very much
up there, potentially for those Eurogame of the Year type awards. The width of that game is terrifying, but it is really well designed with the InTotheAM tool helping create that sort of pathway to easy understanding of a game of that width. Very, very cool.
But we had a lot of fun.
Great fun with it. Yeah, I can't wait to dig into it.
Yeah, I want to play more. And then a couple of expansions because we did receive the hit Tunnel Vision.
Yeah,
so
we love
Heat.
Heat is amazing.
I did play last night actually.
Oh, you did?
With a couple of friends that never played Hit before.
What?
And this is the first time that I lost the game. I got last.
Oh, okay.
First time.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah,
you never lose.
Yeah, never lose.
You never lose racing games.
Yeah, I don't know. This one, I'll be like,
who are you playing with?
Something. With my friends who were here.
God.
But Faye smashed it.
It's Faye it.
Anyway, exactly. And so we need to try that. And the expansion that I'm the most excited about to play is Dune Bloodlines.
Yeah, of course. So this is for specifically for Uprising?
No. It works for both Dune Imperium and Dune Imperium Uprising. The cool things about this expansion, especially mixed with Uprising, it works on both. I kind of think that it was more toward Uprising, right? But
it's backwards compatible.
Yes, but basically what adds is the mercenary faction. I can't remember the name right now. That you can hire to come and fight for you, and then they disappear after kind of like a one use. But the good things is that sorts one of the few problems of the games. In Dune Imperium and Uprising, at a certain point toward the end of the game, the coins that you have, the actual money, is basically pointless.
Yeah.
It doesn't really, you can't really buy anything. At a certain point, the cards are not that worth to buy. While this one, in the end game, is going to add an option to use that money as to balance out toward the end of the game
those resources.
So I'm really curious to see it, and it's a good excuse to put the Imperium on the table.
And who doesn't want to do that, frankly?
Always, exactly.
All right, then.
But yeah, that's for the future. And now we go into the community corner.
Now it's your turn.
That's what we love.
Let's do it. In Community Corner, we take some comments from the last few weeks that we see from our videos from our wonderful Board Stupid fan. Because we, I think, are lucky enough to have one of the best communities, I think, on YouTube.
It never stops me to like, I'm just like, what have we done to have such a lovely people?
You guys are amazing, and you're so smart. I don't know how we deserve that, but it's super nice. But we did a video all about the problem of AI in board games, which you should go and watch, because we think it's a really nice discussion. And the comments underneath it are fabulous. By the way.
Very good points.
Great, people respectful,
and
great back and forth.
You know what I love, because people listen on that video on our channel is always coming out with not just like, oh, that's trash, like stop. It's always trying to take a different point of view, or
a measured approach, maybe.
Or more like make us think as well about different things that maybe we haven't. So absolutely, love it.
Absolutely. So there's a great comment on here, and it's a pretty long one, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it's by Lindsay Morgan Films. And Lindsay Morgan says that they are an artist, graphic designer, web designer, videographer, and has lived their entire life in the artistic world, and has what they think is a pretty controversial topic, but likes having the conversations. They think that there's basically nothing that we can do about AI at the moment, and it's essentially a tool now, just like a hammer is in construction or a paintbrush is in art. That we have a long way to go, but as long as the end product is good, they don't think that there's anything really to be offended about, or think there's anything wrong with using AI to create something. And I think that is quite an interesting point of view from someone that has lived their entire life
doing art. Yeah, absolutely.
in the artistic world.
Yeah.
I think we tried to be measured in our conversation, but like I said, we're not in that world, right? We don't do art. I mean, you've done a little bit. I mean, but like not really.
Not at work level, let's say.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's the thing though that she wrote this really interesting comment at sort of partway through it, which I thought was absolutely terrifying. She thinks that maybe at some point in the future there might be like bots that become famous for their own art. That people would be going, oh, I really like this specific bot. I don't know.
Sounds like a cyberpunky future that now I don't think is that far away.
Yeah, I think I replied to it saying that's the cyberpunk future I'm not ready for. Right. But what a fabulous comment, Lindsay Morgan, and thank you so much for it. I think
that's great. Absolutely.
Yeah, really great to hear your point of view as well. So, and again, sort of staying on that really. Again, completely the other side of the spectrum, and I really want to raise this one because this was a few people said something like this by James Braziel 3847 that basically said, if I know a game has AIR, I will not buy or support that game, and makes me slow to support that publisher at all. So to the point where James will go, I won't buy another game from you again if you ever use AI.
But you see, we go back to the opposite. And again, I mean, at the end of the day, it's your money. The money is the power to make it or break it for. It's your tool to make someone stop or make them continue. So it's really interesting. But yes, it's a valid point as well, because if you don't like something, you don't agree.
It's your money. That's how you, and that's your ethic, and that's you draw a line in the sand, and you say, I don't want to spend money on publishers that support AI and potentially take jobs away from artists. It's a fascinating discussion. I thoroughly recommend you check out the video, but even if you don't watch it, definitely read the comments.
That was a very, very interesting conversation going on in that, so I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, everybody. Moving on to our chat about Castles of Burgundy.
Okay.
We did a little throwback video. This was the first in our Back to the Board series.
Back to the Boards, where we just take all the games and be like, are they still worth to play?
Are they still relevant? Are they still worth it? And Chowin BGED says that Castles of Burgundy has been one of their top 40 board games of all time since 2014, so pretty old. It's moved up and down, but it's never left their top 40. But the downside is that it's really, really bad at 4 players.
I think we agree on the 4 players. I do agree as well on the top 40, because it's a game that is in my top 40, and it will go up and down depending on how much I play, or depending if I manage to get the fancy version or not. I guess.
You are so desperate to spend money on that version of the game.
Oh god, every time I see it, I'm like, oh, maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow.
Maybe I'll buy that game. We'll see how we go.
One night I'm gonna be drunk enough to buy it, I guess.
And then
that happens a lot of times.
Absolutely. So this is from someone that loves the game. But let's go to the other side of the spectrum on that same video by Jack Abbott 7295, who's been basically a fabulous commenter recently. So recent subscriber, I think, and has been really, really active. He finds Castles of Burgundy to be the quintessential 7 out of 10. It is an extremely competent game. It does what it's trying to do very well. However, it's so inoffensive as to be somewhat sterile in theme, visuals, and mechanics. Although he says the original production might be offensively bad. But it's definitively the vanilla ice cream of board games.
It is. I do get his point,
Jack.
But you still give him a 7, so it's not a 5.
No, it's true.
A 7 to me is
everyone likes vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, exactly.
It might not be your favourite, but everyone kind of likes it. Yeah, right. I think I more agree with you, Jack. I think that's a great comment. Going back to our games that we missed out.
Okay.
So those top 10 games that we missed out on. We talked about this earlier about
expeditions. Yeah.
There was lots of back and forth about that, but the game that people kept popping up to say that we should play was the White Castle.
Yes.
Everyone was saying, please open the White Castle. White Castle, you need to play. White Castle is fantastic. Open that box now.
Yes. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I think, that we're gonna do it. You know what? Paradise, I'll bring
White Castle?
White
Learn
Castle.
it?
We play White Castle. Yeah.
Okay.
It just it's I've been lazy because that box has been there for ages, and yeah,
Just
just
needs to
keep
be
looking
brought
at it, and I'm like, what an idiot! I'm an idiot. I'm gonna resolution for this week. By the end of the week is learning the rules.
Fair enough. Now getting some comments on our top 10 of all time. We did our top 40 series, which went really well. So thank you everybody for watching that.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that. And going into our top 10, specifically around El Grande, this is from Steve Kingswell, 9143. Steve is, again, a regular commentator. Thank you, Steve, for all your great contributions. Where he's talking about El Grande, and where El Grande sits in the set of masterful games that are pure. It is the epitome of a pure area majority game. For tableau builders, it would be perhaps Race for the Galaxy. For worker placement, it's perhaps Viticulture. For deck building, perhaps Dominion. Some games may provide wider appeal, but these games execute near perfect mechanisms and gameplay.
Because I think it's the genre making game,
innovator, the genre innovator, yeah.
Kind of like those games that put a line in the sand in terms of like, all right, this is how this should be done.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is kind of like taking from that and making them theirs.
Absolutely, and that comment is inspired basically a video that we want to do in the future, which is like those industry shattering games.
Yeah.
Right, because Steve is 100% right. El Grande does sit in that masterful category of games that just do its thing perfectly. Doesn't need to do anything else. You don't
No, yeah.
Like Ra.
But it goes, yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Exactly right.
It's the Ra of
area control, area majority. So you don't need an expansion. Doesn't need to do this. Doesn't need to do that.
Yeah.
It does it bang on the money. You don't need to mess with it. And I think there are certainly a number of games that are industry breaking, industry defining, masterful games that I think would be really fun to talk about those games.
Yeah, and we'll probably do it.
Yeah.
Like Castle of Burgundy.
Maybe he might have to. He'll armbar me into doing that one. But that was just some of the amazing comments that we got.
So thank you very much for being so active on the channel.
Yeah.
You have no idea every time that a comment pops up how happy we are to see
We
that.
love it. It's like one of our favourite things.
Taking that time to actually writing what they're thinking or whatever. It just like I find it so amazing and like I can't thank you so much.
We're
guys.
always trying to interact as much as we can. So yeah, please continue to do so where you feel we deserve it. So that was just another episode of the Board Stupid Show, and you might have noticed a change for a few ones that we've done. It's a bit more chill this time.
Yeah, I think we with these things we're trying to find our peace and our see like taste the water, see how we go. So let us know if you enjoy this type of format.
Yeah.
What would you do like differently? If you got any suggestion, like
We're kind of doing a past, present, future type thing. Is what we're trying to do for this show.
I mean,
yeah.
And at the end of the day, this is for your entertainment because we get entertained doing it, but we want to entertain you. So if you want to see something different, or you liked it, just let us know. Leave a comment below.
Absolutely, please do that. And if you really like what we do, then maybe you should take a look at our Patreon.
Yes, on the Patreon page, you can support the channels with buying us a coffee or a beer, and we give you some exclusive content.
Yeah.
We are in the process of putting more and more content that is going to be just for the
And for you,
the Patreon. You always have all the episodes coming out like a few days before. If I got time to edit.
Yeah,
That's
most of them.
But most
out of 10,
of them
maybe
are always
9 out of 10
at least a day or two before they actually go on air, so you can watch it before. There's some blurb of what we're thinking, what we're doing now and then.
Well,
It's
good
just
stuff.
like, but
We've got loads more coming for UKGE as well,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
keep an eye on that as well. But as Matt likes to say, the subscribe button is free.
Yep. So you can always click it,
press
and
that.
we can always feel happy about
If
it.
we're happy about that, check out the rest of our videos, and we'll see you on the next one.
Ciao.
What's it? Game reviews for you.